welcome to that time again. That time again, of course, being a SaturJay afternoon for SaturJay RPG. Well, usually it would be. Apparently there was an update for Final Fantasy XIII I was unaware of. So I've sort of pushed the play button and now I'm waiting. How long will I have to wait? I do not know. But that might be why it's dropping frames quite substantially at this early stage. It doesn't usually drops a few over the course of proceedings, but doesn't usually drop quite so many. But I think it is downloading, which is awkward. No, this is Elfwood. We use awkward for the internal structures, Elfwood for the outer exterior because it's fancier. That was a joke I used to have, and I was going to turn it into a sketch. Because you'd go up to someone and go, well, this is awkward. And you'd find an orc there going, actually, no, this is Elfwood. It was a funny joke. Well, it was almost a funny joke, I think. Very difficult to truly consider it a funny joke. Is it all working? Yeah, but apart from the whole Final Fantasy not being ready. Which I mean, come on. Honestly, I assume this is something to do with where I was backing it up the other day, but yeah, it's weird that a game this old has just received some kind of update. It's unusual to see that. It's very usual to see it sort of all over the place. Gnesi! Yes, I see the Gnair. I don't fully understand the Gnair, but welcome, Mr. Oribushu. Unfortunately, you're being welcomed to a blank screen at the moment because it's updating for reasons best left to its own self. So we will hope it will just do the update, play the game, and we'll enjoy ourselves. However, we shall see, because I'm slightly concerned. Okay, there we go. It's ready to launch. Launch controls set. Play the game. Right, so you should open the little screen for me. Emphasis on should. Come on. Here you go. Okay, we have ourselves a control. Okay, that's annoying. And extra concerning. Okay, that I believe I dropped them down there. That one I can't remember. Interesting. And slightly concerning. And hoping this just works now. Because if it doesn't, shit. And I'm hoping as well that this isn't indicative of something more. Because if I don't have a save file, okay, are you gonna show up on the screen? Yes. Okay. Right. That's right. I'm fairly certain I've got the right settings. Oh, that's loud in my little ear. Fuck! I forgot that bit. Okay, we've got a control. Oh. That's a load off. You see what happened, what you couldn't see. Callous and calculating, the Fal'Cie manipulate the human tools via their emotions, taking Sarah's form to catch the Lassie off balance, but Tandalus predicts the imminent destruction of Cocoon. He has revived Reigns, now a compliant puppet, and instated him as the Sanctum's new Primarch, a ploy designed to provoke the cavalry revolutionaries into overthrowing the government in outrage at their former leader's betrayal. The gloating Fal'Cie also means to play on pulse phobia of the populace to turn neighbour against neighbour, transforming Cocoon's streets into a bloodbath. Worse, Tandalus then describes how the cavalry, unnoticed amid the chaos, will infiltrate Eden and fall upon Orphan, not understanding that they're cock! Not understanding their cock. That's the problem with Bartandalus. He does not understand their cock. If he did understand their cock, he would be vastly better off. But he doesn't. He does not understand their cock. No, I can't get through that one. I think it's because there's a lot of long words. that prove quite tricky when you're trying to say them swiftly. Not helping is the name Bartandalus. I mean, next time I might just have to call him Bart. Fucking Bart comes down. Anyway, does anyone really understand it? I don't know. Possibly not. Possibly no one truly understands cock. Anyway, the screen you didn't see was the sort of splash screen at the beginning of Final Fantasy XIII, where you choose all your settings. And what had me concerned was all the settings had gone back to the default settings. So it was going to open in a windowed 1280 by 720 window with the maximum sort of shadows and, or maximum, well, that was mid shadows. You can have the shadows vastly higher than I have them, and you can have them vastly higher than they're set immediately. Where? I'm confused. I remember now. We were where? What? Is that? Oh, which way? Which way is it? I don't know. It might be this way. I think it's through this exit, but it might be that one back there. So we'll just try this exit, but I think I might have to go back on myself. It's difficult to know for certain. No, I think I might have to go back a moment. Or do I? I don't know. Where am I? Yes, right. No, we're going backwards. There we go. Yes, we want to go this way. Back around the cliff to Mr. Bigman, who's setting me challenges. I do not know if I can beat his little challenges. Last week I remember we did end on a bit of a low point last week, because the game asked me to beat 3 fucking Tomberries, and I was not prepared to beat 3 Tomberries. Now, I did level up after, or I did stick points in the Crystarium after the 3 Tomberries, so it's not impossible to think that I'll be able to do it this time, but I think we'll try avoiding the Tomberries for now. So yeah, we just need to go through the Gunungatch, and then I think we want to go to B1. Yeah, well, I suppose we could technically go B1 if we wanted to, but wait and see which one seems like the easiest choice. Because I think we've beaten A1, because we always have to do A1, and we've beaten B1 and C1. Now we need to figure out a way of getting in and round to do the rest of these as best I can. I mean, it's pleasantly, I'm not going to lie, it's pleasantly surprising that I managed to get through. I managed to get through to the end once. So that's something. Do we have the scan on him? Yeah, I was going to say we've beaten him a couple of times now. So let's get a bit of bully in the house. Everybody likes a bit of bully. Have you beaten F1? As in Formula 1? No. I'm not. I don't know. Oh, I see. Right. Because I was saying I've beaten A1, B1, and right. I take it you are making a reference to Formula 1, the race cars going. Meow. That wasn't very interesting, was it? I'll give it half hour and watch them go. Meow. Cool. Right. That half hour, and then we might see someone else again. Yeah. Cool. We'll just sit here. Half hour like, oh, hey, I blinked, fucking blinked this time. Shit it. But yes, no, I was being slow. I do apologise. It was a very entertaining joke. I was just being particularly slow on that occasion, which, in fairness, is most occasions. For the most occasions, I'm quite slow. But yes, no, I don't. I think it caps out at E, technically speaking. Obviously, we've established that was joke territory. You invaded the land of Jokingdom, Oh shit, we want to make sure we're getting in there and doing stuff. Come on, I was gonna have a drink, but it's alright. I've got the control in one hand, it's fine. Do. There we go, come on, get in there, slice it. That's the ticket. The Good and Gutch really is not... Oh yeah, I was going to say the Good and Gutch really isn't much of a competition. Apparently competition enough to give me 0 stars. I think it keeps giving me 0 stars because it's asking you to do it just that little bit quicker than I can. But yeah, it's interesting. We can see Fang's new weapon as well, which really is basically the same as her old weapon. Now, is this B2? Yeah, okay. So B2 we've definitely slain, and it was a Rafflesia. I think it's a slightly easier Rafflesia, to be honest. Because I think, if memory serves, that B1 Rafflesia actually was harder. So I'll tell you what. We're going to go through to C2. Try and beat C2. And try and just basically go along the 2 path, maybe? So C2, D2, R2, D2. C2, D2, and E2, I believe. But yeah, I think... I don't know, maybe I'm just confused. Unless these things can summon shit, which I'm not convinced they can. Plus, I've just back attacked them, so that's going to make my life a lot easier. But the fact, I mean, theoretically at least, I've beaten these things before, so it really should, you know, definitively be quite an easy task. Not always a guarantee, because technically I've beaten Tomberries before, but 3 of them kicked the shit out of me. I say that, 2 of them kicked the shit out of me. The first one I beat quite happily, but couldn't beat the final 2. Could not take down the final 2. Diddle-doo-doo-doo. Oh, yeah, I didn't hear what she said, but I'm sure it was magnificent. Have some of this. Go on, have it, take it, enjoy it, kill. Unfortunately, we've lost the staggers, I think. Oh no, there was 1 stagger left. I should really take advantage of that, but a bit late now. Luckily, spin to win is a thing. Spin to win was a thing, and spinning to win is what I'd like to see. Ba 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 ba. Oh, he's blocking. Oh yeah, don't they block fizz magic? They block fizzy magic, which shouldn't affect Zaz, and it looked like it was Zaz who was being blocked, which he should be intelligent enough not to let himself get blocked. Vanille, on the other hand, she's hopefully intelligent enough not to let herself get blocked. However, she has the disadvantage of not having any strike manoeuvres as a Ravager, which means she can't help but be blocked. So I'm hoping the scenario there was Zaz was being smart and using strikes, and Vanille was the one being blocked, but I'm not convinced I saw Vanille doing anything, so it almost looked suspiciously like. Oh my! C2 is an Ochu. Comes to something when the free path... Like, I thought the path at the bottom looked like it was the toughest path. It's turning out, no. I think there's just a random assortment of hard in this. They've just sprinkled super difficult enemies all over the place. Well, I will have that cheeky little save, but fortunately, and I do love this game for it, there's just no significant issue with losing. And I appreciate that. I don't know if that seems... I suppose that probably seems a bit sort of disliking difficulty, and, you know, do you know what? I dislike difficulty. Oh, okay, hang on. Let's try and see if we can tackle this tactically. So we get round there. And now hopefully we can get round the back of it. Oh, that did look like it was moving. Was it? No, you bastard. Okay, do we have any information? No, we don't. I think the Libra scope is going to be better because it will get all of them at once, which will allow me not to waste too many turns Libraing each thing individually. But I think probably better to get rid of the micro chews, although I don't know if that's going to piss it off. Because obviously the micro chews may very well be its children. Oh, there we go, yeah, please. Plead doesn't sound like a good thing. Difficult to know for certain, but we'll try and get rid of the... I think it's sometimes, dependent on how these bosses and stuff are set, it's sometimes better to get rid of the lesser foes first. Okay, I think we need a little bit of diversity after all, because that was painful. Wouldn't mind getting Fang back on form. Right, now we've gotten rid of the micros, we can focus on the big fella. Protection, no. Bully, I think we'll have to do in order to get a little bit more synergy up in this health. Okay, never mind. Let's get diversity in this house. Currently testing Synergist on Fang. You're brave. Much braver than I. She gets braverer. Ooh. Yes. Okay. Interesting. Weird. I don't know whether I saw the word first and that influenced my brain or not. I don't think I did. Because I really feel like when I said, "Oh, you're a brave man," you hadn't written the second... you hadn't written the second bit. But yeah, you are a braverer man than I, because you've got braverer. Which is, yeah, that'd be quite good. Because it would certainly make the whole affair a little bit quicker. Okay, we're actually doing tolerable against this thing, it would seem. I don't feel like I necessarily need to provoke it that much, but if the medics could maybe hurry up, that's it. Bit of bully, a little bit of bully won't go amiss. And then maybe a little bit of diversity, try and keep me alive. Please keep me alive. Dear God, keep me alive, because it's only got a little bit of health left and we've beaten it. I don't know whether I'm going to have to tidy up the micro chews. Yeah, I think I do. Sent that before you said it. Oh, right. Right, so I think just the micro chews alone, they're not going to be too troublesome, I don't think. It's plausible they'll be a little bit difficult, but then again, I think without Papa Chew, as it were. How about you've got yourself a Papa Chew? Papa Chew, popping through the glen. Papa Chew, popping here and there. Popping in the... Oh, 5 stars for the Ock Chew. Gloomstalk, don't know what it'll do, but it's probably an item I can stick in a weapon. Siltstone Ring. Probably a shit ring I'm not interested in, but due diligence, we might as well have a look. Collect or catalog. Siltstone. Earth resistance by 25%. It's not terrible, but it's also Zaz Hope Fang as Synergist right at the start of that was isn't quite working out though. Ah, that surprises me. Although, I suppose it depends. Do they? I feel like maybe what happens there, and you can obviously correct me because you know you've experienced it. So I don't know why I'm not just waiting for you to explain why it's not quite working out. But there's a part of me wondering if I don't know. I can't help but think the AI can't get confused, but I do just wonder: are they overlapping in some fashion? Oh, the Borg Bear Hero stands in burning ire, scorching stagnation within the flow, ready to decide your fate. Well, go on, we might as well take on D2. I said I was going to try and just run the D2 path, or run the 2 path, I suppose. Which I suppose you can't on the A line, but still. But I'm surprised you don't get, well, yeah, I'm surprised you don't get a suitable... Doesn't look like they're overlapping. The buff's coming fast. Oh, right. So I'm surprised it's not just doing what you need it to. As I say, I would be surprised if anything overlapped. Oh, fuck me. That's cactuars with plants on their heads. Okay. Seems like a bad idea, and I don't think there's a treasure chest in that nook. Oh, they are fully aware that I'm here. Okay, well, let's go after what I suspect might be Mrs. Cactuars. No, they're just flowering cactuars. Okay, parting dance. This is concerning me. Oh, I suppose technically I probably want to get a lever on there. The enemy gets a bunch of hits in first, and by the time I've got the buffs, I want health. Health is running low, yeah. Oh! Speaking of health running low. Okay, we have won the battle, though, so... It would seem the flowering cactua... I looked away, so I don't know what they did that shat up my team. But also, for starters, didn't actually need to fight them, but... I don't know. I suppose it sticks another entry in the old catalogue, doesn't it? And technically it's all good CP, I think. But yeah, they did something. Something to do with that parting ways, I think. Whatever that thing did. I saw them casting it, and then it was like, oh, I've looked away. And then I looked back, and it was like, everybody's dead. Everybody's dead, Dave. Everybody is dead, Dave. Everybody's dead. Well, you are surprisingly... Oh, these are the Borg Bears. Oh, I see. These could be problematic then, because these are actually quite tough. I wasn't expecting these to be Borg Bears. I'm assuming I'm probably going to have to face a load of these and a super version of the Borg Bears, because it said Borg Bear Hero. And I honestly don't know why Tainted Lazarus is complete rubbish. I've never tried him. 95 to go, 95 to go. You take an achievement down, and you get 94 achievements left on the wall. Why are you putting your achievements on the wall? Because it shows them off to people. Why else would you put things on a wall? I want people to see the things I've put on my wall. My Facebook wall. Was it MySpace got a wall? Facebook's got a wall. Someone's got a wall somewhere. I mean, you've probably got 4 around you right now, I would suspect, in some fashion. Because it'd be very difficult to watch this on the streets, I suspect. So yeah, it's quite nice. Her new weapon's not too bad. It's pretty much the same shape as the bladed lance. Just a slightly upgraded colour. Thrown a splash of yellow in there. Which I quite like. You know, it's almost Flash colours, and obviously the Flash works. I'm assuming colour theory supports the idea of red and yellow. I couldn't tell you off the top of my head, I can't deny. I always have to look at a colour wheel with the little, the opposing little graphs that show the opposing, little graphs that show the trinity of colours that go together. But nonetheless, colour theory, I suspect, does work, because otherwise it wouldn't look quite so good, would it? If it was 2 colours that didn't work together, it wouldn't look nice. A nice little blade. You like him less than the guy that dies in 1 hit. That's alarming. That's true. Yeah, I suppose arguably we do have the McDonald's fang now, don't we? Fangs for the McDonald's. She's she's loving it. And by loving it, she means killing things. She loves killing things. Good old psychopath, our Fang. I like her more now. I've realised she's a psychopath. Have I beaten it? No. It's all the way over there. Why are these guys miles away? What the fuck are you doing to me, game? Small areas with small forks. That's what we need. I don't need you... What? Oh, shit. Right. Yes, I suppose... Yeah, of course it's a larger area because there's multiple options. What we got? Yeah, we're going to have D1, D2, D3? How it's going to work? Yeah, it must be. Anyway, I suppose the crucial thing is we need to just continue forward and try and beat the enemy. Do-do-do. A-doodly-doodly-doodly-doo. I suppose, arguably, you discussing D4 is fun. Is it? D4, I think, is a game. Is that what you mean, or or are you referencing something else that I'm not sure of? But I'm fairly certain there is a game called D4, or there's a game called D something. I think. I'm not entirely sure what, but if that's the one you're referring to, then please do elaborate and tell me. Oh, all the dice that roll stuff. I see. Yes, of course. I suppose arguably at that point you want D12s, D20s. D4s, 6s, 8s. But yes, anyway, seeing as we've been discussing your sort of elaborate shenanigans with their different classes, how far through Grand Pulse are you now? Are you rallying? Have you hit Taijin's tower, or are you still roaming the plains? Do you have Ekantong Kaires? See? I can say it now. I can only say it like that, though. Ekantong Kaires. Because that's an impression of me doing the lead character from Persona 5 Strikers. I suppose I could have just said Joker, but I wanted to be more specific. Spin down dice, I guess is still a die. Interesting, not entirely sure what a spin down dice is, but I'm assuming is it like a spinning top that acts like a dice. Got to the start of Taijin's tower. And then turn back to do some more set these zones. I don't blame you. Although you could probably, as I've, technically as I've shown, you can get through Taijin's tower, or Todger's tower as I kept calling it. You can quite happily get through Todger's tower and not worry too much about it. But do note, if you're unaware of this, I don't know. If you are trying to fill in gaps, I believe prior to Todger's tower, you've only got 1 through 20. So I'm reasonably certain. I can probably check that, but I'm reasonably certain. Oh no, that is... Yeah, so I wonder if that... No? Oh, there we go, yeah. So once you hit mission 21, that is the forced missions inside of Todger's tower. Right, so I did... Oh, I still haven't beaten it. Still haven't beaten it. Christ. And yes, Stone 20 is just outside. Right, here we go. This is what we... Well, I mean, ideally I would have had a preemptive strike, but never mind. Is he here? Oh, yeah, right. We've got Borgbear's... Ah, there he is. Borgbear Hero. Okay. Trying to find 13 through 16. I mean... You're more than welcome to say no, because it's technically spoilers, but once I've done this battle, assuming I can do this battle, of course, which I always try to assume I can do the battle, I can probably show you on the map if it helps, but as I say, you're more than welcome to have a wander, because, wandering around is all good experience. Right, okay, let's try and get this Libra on the big Borgbear first, get it done early. Now, let's drop to diversity, get my health bar back just a touch. Now I think probably worthwhile trying to go after the little ones again. Ideally, have we got protection? Yeah, I think protection's going to be the one we want right now. Get our health up and get some boofs going. Get ourselves some Sheila boof. Good, alright. Auto cover. Come on, come on, come on. Whatever it is you're challenging, challenge it quicker. There we go. Although having said that, now I think it's probably worthwhile going back to Bully. But a bully is what you need. Doodly doodly doo. Oh dear. Diversity. I've gone to a city. And it's called Diversity. Crap. Combat Clinic once again. Well, I say Combat Clinic once again. I don't think we did Combat Clinic once before, so it's... Vendetta, Vendetta! Just activate that early because they were punching me. We want to make sure we've got our stuff going. Right, let's get into protection since we've already got the challenge working at the moment, so we might as well deal with that. Ideally, we don't actually want to do that to the Borgbear Hero, but never mind. This is... Yeah, we need to deal with some of these numbers. This is proving troublesome. Okay, get that going, and now go back to diversity so I can get some more damage going out here. And Borgbear B, I think, is where we started a little bit at least, but proving troublesome, which is slightly surprising because I feel like it shouldn't be proving quite so difficult to tackle just the Borgbears alone. But come on, come on! If we can just get rid of this first Borgbear, there we go. That's going to help substantially, isn't it? Especially with the multi buffs, because we've been handling Borgbears without buffs previously. So now I've got buffs. We should be able to rip them apart once they stagger, which is good news. Could have probably gotten away with a cheeky cancel there and then gone back at one of the others fully. We'll go after A, partially because he's got buffs. Why has he got buffs? What are you doing with buffs, mate? Yeah, put a bully on board. Everybody needs a bit of bully on board. Doodle 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 doo. Okay, you're annoying me with those buffs. Could we stop having the buffs, please? Who's dishing out the buffs? I'm thinking the hero probably is dishing out the buffs. What I'm really after, and I don't think I'm going to get it, what I would really have liked was that SaturJay to remove those buffs. But, oh well, never mind, I suppose. I don't currently have Fang as a saboteur, but yeah, technically I could use Dispelga, but I want to save those. I want to save those TP, because if everything goes horribly wrong, I might need a Renew. And Renew is probably the best thing you can use here. Doesn't really matter which one I focus on first. Right. Just about to get rid of my medic for a moment, but turns out, no. Medic required. Right, now we can probably remove the medic for a moment or two whilst we tackle this guy. Doom, bow, pow, slice. Okay, we got D to deal with. Right, we're heading in the right direction now. He says, going backwards on a bicycle. That's a reference. Right, let's get in there. Slicey dicey, that's the ticket. Right, so I've prevented him from using magic, which is an interesting one to have ended up doing, but I'll take it. Can't imagine it'll last too long. And ideally, I suspect... Well, no, he's actually... Wow, he has barely any status immunities. I'm assuming he's relatively resistant, because I don't think anti-magic was ever... He's ever a saboteur's first choice, but... I mean... I suppose I can't necessarily deny its usefulness. I don't want to take that. What he needs to take is all of the blade. All of the blade inserted within him. Yes, lovely amount of points. And what do points make? Prizes. And what are prizes? They're things you get for not doing much. Doodle 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 doo. Are you serious, game? Nooks and crannies. They are the domain of the... Was the witch's bracelet? Yes, it was. Magic resistant. I thought I could possibly. Does that get me something special for combining them? No. Slightly disappointing. Might have to keep it in mind. I kind of want to... I do slightly want to keep the collector's catalogue for now. I mean, it's not the most efficient of accessories, but while I'm still working on the idea of trying to get accessories and weapons upgraded, I think getting more items is probably well worth it. Okay, so... What? No, that don't make no sense. No, I don't want to take that mission on. How this work? I see, that blank. I don't understand. Why is there 3 options, but only 2 of them are lit up? Anyway, I suppose I said I wanted to run down the 2 path, so I'm going to continue running down the 2 path, which unfortunately means running along this path here for a prolonged period of time. Less than ideal, but never mind. I wonder if that might be a... Wait, no, there it is. Yeah. Dormant Seathstone. I wonder if that's going to be a special thing. Or whether they just reuse this area, I suppose, and activate different ones depending on which you're in or something. I don't know. Because there should never be... Is there ever one that has 3 options coming off of it? No. Because, yeah, you would have thought, actually, D2 would have 3 options. Because you'd expect it to link into E2, E3, E4. But apparently it doesn't. But anyway, a Zanitra. Tom Nook, no. You'd stick him in a cranny and tell him, no, I'm not giving you any more, is it bells, I think? I'm not giving you any more bells, you extorting prick. I'm fairly, because yeah, I've hazarded a guess in order to try and make a laugh opportunity. But he is... Whoops, not that. He's the fella from the Switch game that I can't remember the name of. Cock. I don't think it was called Cock. No. I don't think they just sell a small children a game called Cock. They might do, but it's unlikely. Good God, it's really good. Animal Crossing! Or Aminals. Aminals Crossing. Where are the Aminals? But yes, Animal Crossing, that's the one. Don't know why, that title just completely vanished from my brain. No clue as to why that was. But there you go. Big bird. Okay, big birds are often troublesome. Ow, please don't do that. Oh, is it an old Rugrat stroke? Oh, I'd never have gotten that. I mean, I did used to watch Rugrats, but so many years ago. Okay, he's got... Oh, okay, that's straight up Zaz dead. Okay, cool. Cool. Well, I mean, technically... Oh, that's Vanille dead. Okay. No, I think Zanitra might be a problem child. Let's fire up the summon, which will just about save me. It'll delay things and it'll bring me back with a full party, but I don't... Yeah. I don't quite see it. I don't quite see it. I think I did hear some reference to it being rebooted, because I think they were... There was this sort of suggestion of what they should have done was had it be the original Rugrats having grown up and had their children, and what it was not that. So I don't know, unless that is what they ended up going with, but I don't know. I get the impression it is just a straight up doing it all over again in the same fashion, maybe, I don't know. But yeah, I mean, good luck to the children if they enjoy the reboot of Rugrats. I don't necessarily think I'd have the urge to pick it up myself. I'm not winning this fight, am I? Because I mean that's Bahamut doing his best, and we've still chipped away nothing of that health bar. How did I win? Essentially the harder missions, I swear. And now I can't seem to fucking... Yes, I think someone... Do you know what? Interestingly enough, someone pointed that out as well. I'm fairly... Oh, I didn't mean to do auto-gestalt. Okay, I think I've cancelled it. Good. Okay, that's fine. Let's go for a little bit of Obliterating Breath. A little bit of the Pulsars. And then Obliterating Breath does sound like a fun one, so I think Obliterating Breath is most sensible. And then we'll utilise the Mega Flare. Poosh! Bang! And unfortunately, the dirt is still here. It's the first time I think I've ever heard Bahamut called Sweetheart, but still. Protection, maybe we can try and mitigate the damage. Nope, I don't think we can. I don't think there's any mitigating damage here. The damage values are too high. I still haven't managed to actually scan it, so that's not helpful. Good. I would need a Libra scope to be able to scan the fucker as well. Feeding scoop, yeah. The good old-fashioned bullshit move. Slowed down, that's inconvenient. Curasa is not helping me, dear. Revive Zaz. That's what would help me. Revive Zaz. Fang can hold on for at least a moment or two. Revive Zaz. Revive Zaz. Nope, she is not going to revive Zaz. Fuck's sake. I mean, I'm not going to get the Libra scope in, am I? I'm not going to win the fight. Let's be perfectly brutally honest on this occasion. I am definitely not winning this fight. This is way out of my league. Otherwise, I have stood a chance. I suppose I'm going to have to use a fucking Phoenix down, and I... Cock. One job, girl. One job. The job is to heal people. Right, there we go. Okay. Problem is, I don't have a good... Yeah, I don't have a good combat-ready Sentinel roll. One. Oh, and also I can't now cover because I've been stopped. Awesome. Plus, I suppose problem with using Synergist is I'm being debuffed at the same bloody time as I'm being buffed. Christ. This is just a reboot of the original, except it looks 3D-ish. Alright, might be pleasant enough. I mean, okay, well, slowly but surely we are getting some buffs on. Emphasis on fucking slow. Oh, I've been stopped again. Yeah. Blur. I suppose they want to modernise it and get, well, get diversity in there. Let's get some diversity up in this house as well. Oh no, dead. Okay, cool. I took her off a sentinel for one moment and dead as you like. Well, I think we have to avoid that little shithead. I think we're getting to the end. We're getting to the end of my capabilities, aren't we? I'm getting that sense. There's always a point where the game is going, you can't do it anymore. You can't do it anymore. And I'm getting the sense that it is now that point. So yeah, I think what we need to do is transfer back, and I mean I'll go down another line and see if we can work out a way to get to sort of one of the other values maybe, but yeah, and the unfortunate truth is it's forever going to be a problem now because they're chucking things at me that hit like trucks, and I don't really have an answer to that. I'm sure the answer is probably do things better and be, you know, rearrange your items and just generally do shed loads of prep work. But if you couldn't tell from the then not really one for shed loads of prep work. Finished that one. Finished his Synergist roll, I believe. Hope as Commando. Nice. Non-element magic attack. Yeah, I suppose that's Ruin. Ruin! I mean, it's not a terrible idea. I wouldn't do it. That's my primary thought. I wouldn't put Hope in a role that requires strength. But then again, you can probably, if you choose one of his other boomerangs. So again, it's damn near impossible for me to tell with these things because yeah, it looks like, I'm assuming, I suppose what I'm looking for is the highest strength. Yeah, I think it must be the Samur, although that gets stifled magic, which is pointless. So it might be more the Air Wing. Yeah, the Air Wing looks like it might bias. Oh, I suppose, yeah, Ruin. Yeah, you're quite right. Ruin procs off of magic anyway, so yeah. Yeah, I mean, truth be told, you just saw me game over on a boss, so I might not be the best the best person to ask, because I know nothing of how to do these things efficiently and effectively, but I'm just reading. I've gotten distracted reading things. But yeah, it would work. I don't necessarily know. I don't know. I think he just fits Ravager better, but that's because he's been a Ravager the entire game. And yeah, I mean, you also threw out the fact that you said Fang. Let's see. I mean, I don't. This is me just being able to look at it, not me doubting you. But you said about Fang having. Oops, where are we at? I don't know. I'm confused. Veil. Yeah, Braverer. And that is an ability. Yeah. Significantly raises target strength. Nice. And Faith Thrower. Significantly raises magic as well. Blimey. I really should look at these, but as I say, I'm kind of locked in my pattern of just going for what their basic bog standard strengths are. So they're all just getting their sort of bits and pieces maxed out as best I can. No, Ravager first for you. There we are. I think Ravager is now finished. Oh, I mean, I think I want to be fairly confident in saying everybody gets everything. So I'm hoping that Zaz is the most likely one. When I get to stage 10, I think Zaz will probably have both Braverer and Faithra potentially, but no guarantee of that. So let's see, what do you get? Do you get Braverer? Bravery? Which is interesting. Is that what it's called for everybody else? I thought it was just called Brave. Oh no, it's Bravery. Okay. I thought the spell was just called Brave. Crystarium for you. Lacks the scratchy warmth and funkiness of the original series. Yeah, I imagine. Well, that's often the problem when they start doing stuff like that. It's a bit like I watched the sort of remake of Thunderbirds, and although it was enjoyable enough, there's just something a bit like with the original physical models of the Thunderbirds. When they sort of moved them around and put them through these things, I think basically what would happen is real dirt would go on the models because they're physical models and dirt gets all over the place. So a lot of the ships would have this sort of quite realistic-y dirt nature. So they looked like, in the original series, they really did look like proper rugged machines that have been rescuing people for a while. Whereas in the CG remake, as much as I do like the CG they've got, it just lacks that sort of, ooh, this is my last resort, suffocation, no breathing, don't give a fuck if I cut my arm bleeding. Wow, it's always unfortunate, but I'm sure might not be quite as good, but or it won't be the same, I suppose, is the crucial thing. I'm sure they can find someone suited to the role, but as I say, I think someone had a point when they said, you know, what they should have done was they should have perhaps had all of the older, all of the small children from the original Rugrats be the parents for a new bunch of Rugrats, so that it's not necessarily a remake or a reboot or something. It's, or I suppose a soft reboot, perhaps it would be considered, because then it continues. It's this continuation of stuff, and I think that would be oddly. I think that would have been quite pleasant. What a statement! He needs to sound more tired, like he's making chocolate pudding late at night because he's lost control of his life. I would put forth that yes, you have probably lost control of your life if you're making chocolate pudding late at night. But then again, I suppose, arguably, I'm just... I don't know what it is, but like post 10 o'clock, I don't have the urge to eat particularly, unless like maybe a special event, like years and years ago when I was watching when I was up all night watching WrestleMania or something, or any other pay-per-view wrestling event, because they were in America, of course. They used to end up being at like 1 AM, and so yeah, we'd sort of stay up and let's get some bully in here. We'd stay up and, you know, we'd then crack out some snacks to watch this main event and, you know, have a good time with that. But there's a part of me that I can't. On normal, standard occasions, I struggle with the idea of going, I know, it's post 10 o'clock. Let's have a bacon sandwich. And yet, oh, yeah, some people do. It's like, it genuinely like baffles me. Oh, I see. Making pudding at 4 AM stuck, is it? Oh, interesting. Okay. I didn't recognise it as a meme, certainly, so it can't have made quite such a impact. Because, yeah, SpongeBob is everywhere for the memes. I've even got that, I've got a video file for use whenever required of the old 2 hours later, 1 lifetime later, or whatever it is. I can't remember exactly what they say it, but there's a myriad of different versions that you can use in all sorts of scenarios. Ah, good, we are in Fan Commander and Stagger territory, so off we go. Have you gotten anywhere interesting with weapons as well? We've discussed some of your sort of character choices as to where they're off to. Have you done anything particularly interesting with weapons yet? Have you tried being Maverick with weapons? That's specifically to Butternut. If anybody else was watching and going, I don't know, I have not played the game, you fucking idiot. But more bombshells. I really hope bombshells are quite useful to me, because fuck me, I've got a lot of bombshells now. Right, okay, let's have a look here. This should be the easier Rafflesia, I believe, yes. I suppose, oh, where do we want to go? I don't know. Oh, cock. I suppose maybe if we go B2, C3, D3, E4? Get a bit of late night programming where the cartoons sit on E4. Instead of rebooting Tommy as the lead baby, making the father with a new set of babies and Stu replacing Grandpa. Yeah. That's basically the one I saw that I think would work, I feel. It's one of those ones where I distinctly feel that would work, and keep it in universe, and then it wouldn't matter. Then you could, you know, you wouldn't be changing the character's sexual orientation to match modern day notions and diversity and stuff. You would be introducing a brand new one. And I think that would work better, maybe? Although, having said that, most of the people who originally watched Rugrats probably aren't that fussed about Rugrats nowadays. And a lot of the complaints are probably just nonsense stuff. But, yeah, I don't know. Well, now, see, the thing is, they would still be rehashing the popular thing. But they would be rehashing it in a cleverer way. And I don't see why they couldn't have thought of that. Or, if it's in, you know, dependent on what stage of the production it is, take that idea and run with it, because it's a good fucking idea. I think, you know, I don't know how many years since the Rugrats went off air, but you could almost say it as real time. You know, if it's been a good 20, 30 years since Rugrats was on, that's unlikely, because I watched Rugrats. But it must be at least 15 to 20, perhaps, not 20 to 30. Oh, Zaz to star rank with his Staggerlock weapon. They are good in that he can build Stagger, he just can't initiate Stagger. Oh, I see! The benefit comes with the fact that they have high strength magic stats. Other characters can initiate Stagger for him. You have cracked the code that I never understood. Right, where the fuck were we going? I think we were wanting this way? Question mark? Not sure. But yes, oh, I see. Ah, so it could be well worth me investing in one, but too far down the rabbit hole of all the others. Oh, Verdelays again. Yeah, but I think C2 was a pain in the arse as well, wasn't it? God, I suppose we'll stick to the plan and go for the Verdelays. I think these were the slightly easier Verdelays. They don't summon a fucking great robot to kick the shit out of you people, so we'll go on, we'll have a cheeky save. Just a quick little cheeky save for me. Shouldn't make too much difference, but it's more in terms of trying to preserve, it's more preserving the idea of preserving it in case it goes off, more so than preserving it in case I die. Come on, let's take down these Verdelays. Okay, we've got a scan on them, so that's fine. God damn it, he's summoning already. Come on, please, please, block him, somehow, block him, please. Please, guys, don't let him summon something. Oh, he did ask nicely, please. Please, come on, come on. Come on. Ah, you little shit. Arg. Staggerlock weapons are probably best used with the person you use as commando a lot. Yes. Now I understand the idea of others can't... I suppose the problem is, the way I interpreted it was it completely locked the stagger meter. Like a global thing. I never considered the idea that it was just going to be the single character. But yeah, I imagine with the commando, because most of the time it's going to be your Ravagers initiating stagger, the commandos having staggerlock weapon is probably well worth it because the stats are quite high. But yeah, I'll maybe consider it, but I think, I don't know. That feels like the sort of tactic I'd need to worry about if I was going to try and do every single mission. And I'm not going to lie, I don't plan on doing every single mission. I think, as specified, I feel quite a lot like we've kind of hit my limit. We are definitely in the territory of limit hitting, and I don't know. I don't tend to manage a limit break. It's another Final Fantasy reference. So I tend to hit the limit and go, yeah, do you know what? Ah, you're alright. You're alright. Oh, have we done D3? No, we didn't do D3. Interesting. Let's double check. Mission 43. That's the wrong button. Mission 43, that's the button. Oh, there we go. Okay, no. So that's, yeah, D2 and D3 are both Borg Bear heroes. Or both Borg Bear somethings. Are they both Borg Bear heroes? Borg Bear heroes, yeah, okay. So slightly different one, but yeah, we'll go after this one, see if we can do it. 2001. Good lord, yeah, that's 20 years, isn't it? And the last episode being -4 off of 2016, -3 off of 2017. Oh, 1991. Good lord. That's a lot earlier. It's a lot earlier. Oh, that was the first real episode, I see. Okay. Right, where are you? You're over there, so I guess we shall... I mean, that's much, much later, yeah. That's like 10 years, good lord. A surprising volume of years between things, but... on some occasions, they do have these things. Are you going to turn around? You were born 8 days before... I'm assuming 1991, the August 11th, 1991 bit. Because otherwise that would make you 19. And I was a Rugrat when Rugrats aired. Do ba ba dee dee dum dee 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 doo dee dee. Go for it. Yeah. Do 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 do. Oh, interesting. That is very strange. The first episode, the pilot was apparently released later, but listed first. Wow, that's weird. Very weird. No, I don't think any of us were much older. I was only 3 at the time. Do here, take down these bastards. Own their face holes. Literally, on this occasion, they do have face holes. They have weird little face holes. I don't trust that health bar, so I think I need to get some diversity and heal myself with vanilla or please. That's what we like to see. That's the ticket. 5 stars, baby. 5 stars. We're going down the 5-star lock and load. Now, where do we want? Oh, we want to carry on because we haven't actually beaten the correct creature. Keep getting confused because I keep having to go through. Oh, well, oh, that's full goblins. The full mix of goblins. Wasn't expecting a full mix of goblins. Yeah, got him with the back attack though. That's all that really counts. The Munchkin, the Borg Bear, and the goblins. Big bad munchkin borgs. Big bad munchkin borgs. There you go, that's another one. Who remembers Beetleborgs? I did do the song last week as well, because I made the same joke about Borg Bears, but that's not the point. But who remembers Beetleborgs? Beetleborgs! Big bad Beetleborgs! Big bad Beetleborgs! It's another one of the sort of Power Ranger-esque Japanese specials. Oh, I really need to... I've missed it again. Missed again what that big spin strike Fang's got is. I don't even think I could find it in the abilities list. Don't know what that is. I'm going to have another look in the abilities list, see if anything springs to mind as to what that big chunky blow is, but it's got to be a commando one. Smite? Not convinced, but maybe. Scourge, that's looking possibly more likely. Ba, ba, ba. Yeah, it's probably either Scourge or Smite. But Smite looks like it needs to be a launch target, so it's got to be Scourge, I think. But it's such a nice attack. Absolutely delightful. Oh, shit! We got the big bad boy team. Team of big bad boys. This is not great news. Got a team of big bad boys and a team of little bad boys. This is not great. This is bad news bears. I take it in the Discord you posted that? I'm assuming that's what you mean. Because if you posted, in fairness, if you posted it anywhere else, I'm probably not going to get it. If you literally put it in the post, I'm definitely not going to get it. You just, I printed it out, frame by frame. I printed it out and I put it in an envelope and I posted it. That's never going to get me. That's never going to get to me, rather. Okay, let's take out the little fella. Although the little fella is punching like a big fella because he's buffed to buggery. Nobody needs people to be buffed to buggery. And a little bit of bully. A little bit of bully does you good. A little bit of bully does you well. Nice. What I really need you to do is sabotage those off of him, please, Vanille. Are you going to consider doing that? The shell go? I mean, I do. I suppose you don't have... I suppose maybe D... doing it is better than... Oh, no, you're not... You're really not doing this logically, Vanille. Could you maybe try Dispel? I'm fairly certain you've got Dispel, unless you don't have Dispel, in which case, fair enough, you don't have Dispel. I certainly know Dispel was more Fang territory early doors, but I would have thought Vanille would have caught up with that, but no guarantee. But you don't seem to be doing any... You're not getting rid of any of its buffs, Vanille. I can respect you... I can sort of respect you not necessarily doing it in the most logical way, but you seem to be missing every single one of its buffs. No. Oh, we killed it. Oh, good. Let's get rid of the Goblin Chieftain first. Basically, I'm going in order of ease to kill, because I think that's going to work out the best for me. Get rid of the easiest ones to kill first, and then go after the big chunky boy with his big chunky arms. Although, having said that, I get the impression that the big bad Borg Bear is the one dishing out the buffs, maybe. Oh, I see. That's where all the debuffs went, Vanille. Did I give you permission to debuff the wrong target? No, I don't think I did. I think I was telling you to debuff the guy we were attacking. Not just debuff on your own. Oh, look, that man looks like he can be... No, that's the wrong target. Stop it, Vanille. You target the things I tell you to target. I suppose at some point maybe I'll have to take direct control of Vanille in order to guarantee I can do the debuffs properly myself. But there you go. Doodle-doo-doodle-doo. 9 times out of 10 they do it well, but she just seemed to be refusing. 5 stars, what I like to see. 5 stars. Speed sash. Tasty stuff. Diddle 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 dee. Annoyingly, we are going to have to potentially face another opponent. I mean, I suppose arguably we're going to have to face plenty of opponents, but at least they're the lesser ones. We should be able to kill a couple of munchkins and a couple of goblins. And it's only one munchkin. We should still be able to kill them relatively easily, which is what we like to see in our place. Lots of stabbing, slicing and splitting of the weapons, oh yeah. Do 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 do. That's the ticket says. Shooty shooties. Get your shooty shooties on. Get your shooty shooties on. Stab a man in the thong. Maybe don't do that, 'cause that means you're stabbing him elsewhere too. And he won't appreciate it, but maybe you don't care about that, 'cause you want that man dead, so fair enough. Stab him in the thong now. Right, where is this? Okay. Well, that's an ominous title, isn't it? The Tyrant. Gonna just pop round a corner. Let's see. I'm gonna take the longest way possible. It seems inefficient, but I am just looking for treasure chests. No. Hey, cheeky, but I got it. I think. Yeah, I did. Cheeky little preemptive strike that time, but I will take that as a win. I will now. Ooh, yes. Stagger him real good. Get your fire on. Get your fire on. Stabbing time is here again. And what we want to stab is your friend. Just you wait, poor bear bee. Once we've stabbed your friend, we're gonna stab thee. Wait for it. I did warn you, it's time for stabbing. Gonna stab you in the face. Gonna stab you in the legs. Gonna stab you in the thighs. Gonna stab you in the arms. Gonna stab you. Gonna stab you. I'm gonna stab you all over the place. Yes, I will. Yes, yes. Ooh, dramatic fall. For the 5-star victory. That's what we'd like to see. A little 5-star victory. I'm gonna have a little dance. 'Cause that 5 stars got me excited in my pants. Oh yeah. Just going for maximum rhymeage, which is a bit shit, but it's what we like. Verdelay! Fuck off. There's no way that is going to be a fucking thing. Yes, cutscene with the chocobos and now they're on the field, but you can't raid them? Interesting. Very interesting. I think you should be able to. Yeah. If memory serves, I'm going to go after the Verdelay. It's not just going to be a Verdelay though. It's going to be able to insta-summon something particularly nasty. We all know this. Because a Verdelay, a single Verdelay, is going to be a piece of fucking piss. And they run away when you get close. That is super weird. Do you have the Gazal Reigns? Now that is going to be an interesting question, because I don't necessarily think, unless you're playing it right now, which is fair enough, I don't necessarily know if you can actually... Let's organise them. No, can't. I don't necessarily know if you can... Oh, nope. Well, that's the problem. I believe... Hang on. So... there we go. I'm fairly certain you get it from this one. So, did you defeat the Sahuggins? If you didn't defeat the Sahuggins, that might be why you've not got a Gazelle Rain. Because I think you do have to defeat the Sahuggins in order to defend the flock. And possibly even... Is there a follow-up? Okay, there's also Surrogate Slayer. Ah, there we go. So yeah, 14 and 16. One of those two is probably going to get you the Gazelle Rains. And I must admit, genuinely didn't think you could get down there prior to that, but I suppose you must... Because it's locked behind a barrier, isn't it? So you can inevitably do the barrier before... before getting 14 and 16, I'm guessing. Well, now, again, I offer... Well, I suppose arguably I've already shown it, but if you do need... Wait, I could have sworn... Interesting. I could have sworn it showed it on the actual map. Maybe it's because I'm on a special map? Yeah, it might be because I'm on a special map. But usually it sort of drags the map to where it is. But anyway, as a clue, I can't tell you much, but as a clue... Good Lord, it's difficult to read all of those in a line. At some point I'm going to get the right piece of information. There we go. The Archive Step Font of Namba, which I think is where the Chocobos are. Oh, well, that's the locale of the fucking target, isn't it? Yeah, okay. So the actual thing, I would think, if you can find yourself to the Western Benchland. Now, where the Western Benchland is, I unfortunately do not know, but it gives you maybe a clue. The Western Benchland gives you a bit of a clue as to where to be searching, perhaps. I am big. I am bad. I'm going to bring out a Verdelay. But it's not just going to be a Verdelay, is it? It's going to be something bastard related. Go on. There you go. I suppose that's the catch, isn't it? There's 4 of the little bastards. And 4 of the little bastards means they're going to be able to summon a lot of shit. I'm just going to let that summon go and focus on the others. Because there's no way I'm killing him before he gets that summon off. But if I can kill these 3 before they decide to start trying to summon anything, I should, theoretically, at least, not entirely sure what he's actually been summoned, but something nasty that fires a lot of magic, it would seem. Unless, did you... Oh, it's a Tombury. Okay, okay, well that could be a problem. But, one single Tombury... Hang, hit the target, dear, hit the target. I've got a new office target for you, and you have to hit that target. And that target is hit the fucking Verdelay. Okay, so we've technically defeated the Verdelays. Now we just got to hope, beyond hope, that we don't get screwed over by a Tombury. And the problem is, I still don't fully understand precisely what all the Tombury's moves. All I do know is his cute little legs running along, going, "Yeah, I'm gonna knife you! I'm gonna get you! Fucking Tombury! I'm gonna beat you! Look at my little legs go!" A little bit of health back. Yeah, I think. Interesting. Begrudging Look must only remove one buff from me, perhaps. Or does Knife? Oh, I think Knife is removing the debuff. I don't know. Not optimal, but it's not the worst situation either. This is where I do wonder if maybe I should have had a triple Ravager. But then again, Fang's not a great Ravager, so... But then again, I don't necessarily know if she needs to be a great Ravager in order to just simply be good at building the stagger meter. And that currently... Oh, the Brooding Grudge, that might be the one that kills me. Or it'll kill someone. Oh no, Knife. Okay, no. Okay, that's fine. Okay, suspicious. We'll let him knife me. And we'll pop back to Relentless Assault and hopefully finish the little fucker. Because there was definitely something. The other time when I went against 3 of them, there was definitely something that just suddenly went, and now you're dead. I'm fairly certain I had a full health bar when it hit. And it's one. I think it's one of their grudges. A 20-sided die. Weird that we were talking about dice earlier and we suddenly got a 20-sided die. I tell you, that's one thing I'm surprised they haven't done, unless they have in Japan and it's just not reached over here. I am surprised they haven't tried doing a Final Fantasy tabletop RPG. Because, I mean, if you look back at Final Fantasy 1, you've got the classes. And if you combine all of them, you've got even more classes. Gunners, Final Fantasy Tactics, Gunners, Mages, Knights for protection. It's got all the elements. I'm surprised they haven't bothered trying to put it into a book and getting it out there. Maybe they just feel like, you know, too much of a, too much competition for it, perhaps. But yeah. Anyway, so 20-sided die. We've beaten the abyss that stares back, and your party has earned the rank of Walker of the Wheel. The wheel of fate keeps on turning. Hey, big fella, I'll beat another one of your challenges. How about you acknowledge me? Acknowledge me, please acknowledge me. Acknowledge me. Tell me, Big Daddy. Tell me that you appreciate me. A new trial awaits you. Yes. Okay, so D1. Yes, because we couldn't get past C1. We've never been able to get past there. Unmai no ryoto wa mawashide. No idea if I butchered that or not, but do pray tell. What does that mean? It might be something else suddenly. Oh, right, I should have recognised that, but nonetheless, at the moment, it's very much new. What does that mean? Right, so D1. Yeah, D1 we've not managed to get to. D2 we've done, I believe, yes. Yeah, and weirdly, we've managed to do number 50, but we can't do some of the other bloody things. One of Titan's final challenges, however, other routes remain to be taken and other enemies remain to be challenged along the way. If you wish to attempt a new route, touch the Seath Stone again. Yeah, I probably will. Go on, we might as well. How many points we got? 46 grand. It's not incredible, but I think at this point, to a certain extent, every little might help against some of these enemies. Although some of the enemies are just piss takers. Sentinel we're done. Commando we're done. Saboteur. Sabotage by the Bushy Boys. Spin the roulette wheel of fate / destiny. It's the title of a song, I see. Must admit, the wheel thing reminds me of Monster Hunter. Can't remember which one. I feel like it's not World. It's definitely not World. So it must have been the one before World, perhaps. But they were on about the wheel and sort of the repeating of the wheel, going round and around, and you having to do things with the wheel to stop it going round and around, etc., etc. Come on, that's good. A couple extra buffs to his statistics. That's what we like to see. Oh yes, indeed. If we finished Medic, yes, and Saboteur, yep. So we are working on Ravager. Ravager is here for you. Nice chunk of HP there, but we couldn't get to the other one. I wonder what synergy Snow gets. Let's have a look. Obviously, technically, I've already declared him as a medic as his next role, but protect, that makes sense. A nice thematic one, but nothing. Yeah, nothing too spectacular though. Bravery again. Yeah, it looks like Fang might be the only one to get that bravery at this early stage, which feels like, yeah, feels like I might need to invest in that because that's quite a good technique. But again, to a certain extent, there's an element of it'll be quite a good technique if you're really sort of trying to max everything to beat every mission, perhaps. Whereas I think you can probably get away with waiting until Zaz and or hope ends up with those, which again, there's an assumption that they do, but not a guarantee. Ba-da-da-ba-ba-ba. Are you working on Ravaja? Are you working on Ravaja? I'm working on the Ravage. Working on the Ravage all day. Come on, there you go. Good lad. The old magic thing there. And I can't deny what we'll perhaps do is tackle the first fella again. It's the only problem with this bloody system they've got in place. Constantly you're having to fight the same creatures over and over again, which is a bit of a pain in the asshole, pain in the buttocks, pain in the asshole, and it spreads to the buttocks. If you've got any more pain, you'll have to see the ducks. Best I had. It's very difficult improvising a song. That's why Wayne Brady is quite so impressive on Whose Line Is It Anyway? Don't know how much prep work he gets, but it's still impressive, even if he gets some prep work before doing it. The fact that he just riffs a song on the spot, or theoretically on the spot, I suppose. Get a bit of bully inside you, get a bit of bully on top. I get a bit of bully inside you, get a bit of bully on top. Well, make up your mind, is it in top of you or inside of you? Wow, it's a bit of both, really. The bully that was inside is now the bit of bully on the outside. Yes, he will. He will eat it. Eat it. Eat it beyond comparison. Go, 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 go. Come on, Zaz. Ravage him into staggerings. That's the ticket. Now we just need to finish him off with a little bit of striking. Pow, snap, pow, snap, bam, and yeah, nice. Very well done. Yeah, that's right, it's very well done. Ba-ba, yeah. 3 stars, which is actually the best I've done so far, isn't it? Huh, interesting. Oddly pleasant to have finally cracked out of the 0 stars thing, and that's mostly oddly pleasant because, of course, oh god, I really wish I'd done, yeah, should have done myself a little diagram like I did the first time I ever played this. But so tell you what, I will do a little diagram. Oh, there's notes in this notebook, which I suppose makes a degree of sense, but... Oh, what is this? Oh, yes, this was my Hancock's half-hour notes. That's quite an expensive set of Hancock's half-hour notes. That's fine. Anyway, alright. Ickle notebook. Oh no, I'm such an old man, aren't I? Using an Ickle notebook and an Ickle pen. I say an Ickle pen, it's quite a big pen. It's a chunky pen. Right, so A1, chunky pen that don't want to write in the notebook. Fuck's sake. Come on. I like you as a pen because you're Batman themed, but you know, fucking Batman would take you to the top of a tower and toss you off the tower if you were pissing him off. So, you know, maybe function as a pen, please. There we go. Okay, it's functioning as a pen now. That's D3. Go to D3. D2. Get from there and there. D1. To E1. And D2 goes to E2. E3. Anything pick up anybody's radar? Did you get a radar on your prick at E3? Anything people are particularly looking forward to? So naturally we've obviously done A1 because we've done A1 about 1,000 times. We've definitely done B1 and B2. We have not done C1, and we have not done D1, and we have not done E1. But C1 we know is Tomberries. Which is basically, I think the C in this situation stands for, well, we won't say it out loud for now. C2, I'm fairly certain we've done. Or did we die on C? I can't remember now. C3 we've definitely done. D4 we definitely did. And E6 we definitely did. So now we just need to figure out which of the others we've done. But I suppose for now we've got enough notes to make some degree of continuation. So I'm sort of thinking maybe... I don't know if I really want to try the Tomberries again. I think I might... Whoops, no, I do want to do this one. What I'm thinking of doing is I'm pop into B2 and then see whether I want to do C2 or C3. I'll be able to double check if I've done C2. Fairly certain I have done C2, but I can't for the life of me remember now. Would you like to pop a doo-doo? If you do need to pop a doo-doo, then I accept that you have to go away for a moment or two. You don't want to do it where you sit. You want to do it where you shit. If you have to do a little doo-doo, don't do it where you do. You gotta do it where you do. If you need a doo-doo, if you need a doo-doo, do it where you do, not where you do. Because if you do it where you do, then you'll do things with a little bit of doo-doo next to you, and it'll probably smell. So don't do a little doo-doo where you do. Might be the shittest song ever created. Literally and figuratively there, actually. I just realised what I've said there. It's a little song about doo-doo, and it's the shittest song in the world. Shittest song in the world? No. It's shitter than that. It's the shittest song in the universe. Oh, you might be right. Yes, indeed, doodle-doo. Stab a load of things in its face. Come on, we can beat the Rafflesias. We've beaten tons of these bastards before. No, we started a good minute, 5 seconds ago. I know that because the battle timer says so. I know that because the battle timer says so. Right, so at this point we need to make a decision. I believe in every drop of rain falls. I believe this is going to be C2, which is probably the most logical one to go into, because it gives me the most expansive options post going there. Are you Mr. C2? And have I previously completed you? Yes. So, right, we will tick off C2, so that in the future we know we have in fact done C2. Right. So, well, we know we have beaten the Ochu before, so I guess, yeah, we'll reattempt it, and I might change up the strategy a little bit this time round. What I'll do is I will just go straight after the Ochu, perhaps. And it's interesting because theoretically that gives me an intriguing piece of extra information, of course, because there is an Ochu lying on the field outside, and it tells me, to a certain extent at least, it tells me that I do in fact have okay, so this is functioning the same as weapon upgrading, which is kind of to be expected, but I wasn't 100% sure. So I'll chuck a few bits in to some of these areas, but that's it, double the experience. You can get up to at least triple the experience, but yeah. I haven't found Stone 14 yet because I got distracted by one of those big wandering tortoises. It's dead now. Wow. Bravo. I mean, that is shit. I mean, that is genuinely impressive, because that is not something I've been able to do. That's quite a lot, isn't it? But I suppose I'll skip it through several levels, won't it? Yeah. Well, I mean, that gives me a bit of an upgrade, doesn't it? Not terrible. But yeah, no, that's a hell of an achievement to survive. I mean, just to survive the first blow is an impressive idea. Yeah, let's build that up as well, I think. Because usually those things will just go one stomp, you're dead. I mean, I can only assume it took you about 6 years to beat as well, because I think they've got chunky health bars. It's not just the whole factor of are these good ones? No, not phenomenally good ones. Do we have some? Oh no, not that one. That's shite. That's not very good either, is it? That's tolerable, but we haven't got many. Bomb cores are not bad. Level 3, not terrible. Not great, but not terrible. Oh, we've already got... Oh, if we plough into this, can we get up to... No, alright. Solenoids, not intolerable, but not great either. Analog circuits, no, they're not particularly chunky ones. So I suppose we'll pop that in there. I suppose through sheer volume of analog circuits, we'll get another level out of that. So I suppose that'll do. And then what we might do is Hope Snowfang Sin Sen Sen. Blimey. How does Sentinel work out for you then? Because I would have thought, I suppose that arguably it can just sort of swap between the two Sentinels, but I assume it just targets either or your Sentinels. But I've never really tried the idea of two Sentinels. It's never struck me as a notion to pursue. But then I've never really beaten one of the giant Ortices. Although I have, well, previously I think I have beaten one, but in terms of immediate, in terms of current game, I certainly haven't. Apart from one of the baby Ortices. But I've got to say, if you can beat one of them, yeah, I mean, your quid's in. You can beat anything now, I suspect. Anything on this map you can probably win against, so... I have to consider... right, as I say, let's go straight into Bully. Get some buffs up in this house. And then go straight after the Ochu this time, because it wasn't actually as... Didn't have as devilishly high health bar. It's got quite an epic attack, but it's not quite got the health bar I thought it would have had. So it does take it a moment or two to survive. Plus it's got what seems to be quite a severe weakness to fire, which, don't get me wrong, I can understand why. It's a fucking plant, and plants don't do well when you burn them. But it is still... Oh, seed dispersal. Is this going to be more microchews? Because that could be a problem. Yes, it is. Okay. I was hoping... Why are you using Ruin? Oh, because he's deshelled. That's fine. Well, that does make sense. I stand corrected. It is fine. So what did you go into after the Synergist and the Sentinel? Something specifically special, or just a sort of Commando Ravager, or something with a medic, I'm assuming? Commando Ravager medic, maybe? Diversity, technically is its name. Oh dear, yep, no, he's roaring up a storm. Okay, maybe I should have stuck with the old method, the first method I tried, which was the kill the microchews first. But there we go, we've dealt with the big boy now, and that should see me through here without problem. Although there are a lot of these microchews, this is an alarming volume of microchews. I think that's why it's probably worthwhile taking the first two out first, because I wondered, the theory I was rocking was that if I didn't kill the original two microchews, he would not be inclined to then summon more microchews. However, he does, so now I'm just slightly overwhelmed with microchews, but they are a suitably meh foe that it's not... I don't think it's going to be particularly difficult. It always targets the whole group, so provoke challenge is pointless. The reason for the double sentinel is the passive damage reduction for all active sentinels in the party. Mixed with Snow's weapon, Umbra giving him improved fringe ward, yes. For additional damage reduction. Okay. Oh, of course, yeah, because of its stomp, it can always do that. Yeah, I got you. So in that regard, it didn't make any difference having 2 sentinels, that's fine. I'll have to have a look into that as well. But yeah, I'm assuming you must have been perhaps flitting between paradigms, something drastic, were you? Yes, you really do. See, I'm distinctly the opposite end. I'm brute force and ignorance. If I can smash something quicker than it can smash me, I'm fine. That's my method. So it is quite interesting hearing the opposite side of that style of doing things. It's like here, basically, the Archu went down quicker than I went down, and that made me happy. What I should really be doing is relentless assaulting, because otherwise I am not going to do it. There we go. Went down a bit quicker with Vanille on the magic case. Chocobo plume, chocobo feathers, nice. Moon blossom seeds. I don't really know the usefulness of moon blossom seeds, but I'm sure we'll find out at some point now. Right. So I believe the one below me should be D3. Now, have we done D3? I feel like we've done D3. But let's double check so I can tick it off my list. Because once we've confirmed which ones I have and haven't done, we can start aiming at ones I haven't. So have we done D3? Is this D3? This is D3, and that's the Borg Bear Hero. Oh yes, because D2 and D3. So D3 is definitely a Borg Bear Hero, and we've definitely done it. Marvellous. So after Protect Shell on everyone, swapped between Medsencom, which I'm assuming that makes Snow the Sentinel, yeah, that makes sense, and Ravager Sencom. I'll keep having to look which team you've got. Yes, there we go. Nice. Snow was Sentinel the whole fight, yeah. Interesting. Medical, Medsencom, yeah, Ravsencom. Yeah, okay. I might have to pull that strategy out at some point myself. Right, let's go double check D2, and then we'll see. We'll probably do D2 to get access to E2 and E3, and that should tell me whether I've done E2 or E3. I think I failed one of those two, so we might end up doing whichever one the opposite of that is. Examinations. An examination station. Right, okay, Borg Bear Hero, which I think this is the easier of the Borg Bear Heroes. So we'll do this one. And tick that off, because we now know we've definitely done D2. So the only D we're missing is D1, the only C we're missing is C1, and I think we're missing several other E's, which is fair enough. Right, okay, so the star is all the way over there, which is a nuisance, especially since we have to go through several teams of Borg Bears, which I suppose is not too bad, but still. If it's about to do a big attack, swapping to Sen should be a good idea. I'd agree, in principle. The only thing I have with that is sometimes you can't see the big attack coming. And sometimes it doesn't swap out quickly enough, I think. And certainly I don't know if you'd get an actual guard. Now, with your passive stuff you've worked on, that might not necessarily make a difference. But I don't know if you'd be able to have the time to go, shit, it's doing something nasty, switch, guard. But I might be proven wrong. And it depends on the boss, I suppose. Some bosses do have sort of like, oh fuck, it's going to do something nasty. I need to figure out a way of dealing with that. But a lot of them are just, it's doing something nasty. oh, it's actually doing something nasty. It's such a quick sort of... It looks like it's about to... Oh, it's done it! Looks like it's about to shit in my face. Oh, it's shat in my face. But, yeah, as I say, with your sort of passive damage reduction, it might not make too much difference as long as you can get into that. But I would almost possibly say you'd be better off with Sentinel Medic, because then at least, even if you don't quite get it to work, although having said that, chances are the medic might die in that situation, but you might at least survive the big nasty and then go immediately healing, which is often what I end up trying to do, just sort of deal with the situation, because you haven't been able to block the attack, so it's basically just drop into something you think is going to mitigate it after the attack. Keep on running through this forest true. It's a bit repetitive, isn't it? I apologise to a certain extent, but that's kind of the game at this point in time, I'm afraid. I suppose arguably I should perhaps do some of these missions by myself in order to just get through them, but I'm doing a weekly dose of Final Fantasy XIII, and I don't know, it's quite nice looking forward to it, actually. It's one of those weird ones where it's just like, do you know what, I do actually enjoy looking forward to a little Final Fantasy on the weekend. It's a weird feeling. Well, it's not a weird feeling, is it? It's standard looking forward to things, but usually it's just a case of, I'll play a game. But because it's staggered on a sort of 1 week at a time basis, it suddenly becomes this sort of slightly more of an event to look forward to. It's a strange feeling having this kind of... Oh, it's a little bit like, to a certain extent, Dragon Quest Builders 2 on Thursday nights as well. Because I love that game so much, it's... oh dear, Vanille, please don't die. We could do with you being alive. Thank you. But, yeah. It's nice to look forward to it. Even though it is currently a little bit on the bland side. Especially since I have basically spent the last hour and 50 minutes wandering through the exact same forest, fighting the exact same monsters, only to either come across something I can't defeat, or just facing the same monsters because I need to get to the area that I need to get the new monster in. But there you go. I can't help it, this is an unfortunate part of the game where you are doing all the little missions. The Infernal Horn! God damn it, this is an inconvenient time for the Infernal Horn to raise its head. I never asked for this Infernal Horn. Everybody's staring. It's my child's first day. I'm in the park with all the small children. I've got the Infernal Horn. I think I should leave immediately, otherwise I'm going to be arrested. Damned Infernal Horn. I'm just a killing the things, a killing all of the things, but they are killing me quite hell, and conveniently killing me as well, which is not great news. Could we please, well, what's going to help is Relentless Assault, I think. A relentless salt, just an infinite supply of salt. It pours from the pot. But arguably, if you put in the bottomless jar from Dragon Quest Builders 2, if you put salt in that, theoretically, you would have endless salt. Relentless assault. Just pour salt on everything. It'd be very useful if you come across slug enemies, I suppose, if you've got an infinite volume of salt. Oh, fuck me, Zaz! What are you doing, son? What are you doing? You're an idiot. Right, Vanille, can I trust you to actually do the revive this time? Vanille... There you go. I knew you could do it. You just got distracted last time, didn't you? Got distracted doing other things. Trying to mitigate all the disaster. Mitigate the absolute disaster that was trying to do that. Oh gosh, darn it. Oh dear, Zaz has been beaten senseless again. Christ. I think it's because they've got a boatload of buffs, so I think I'm going to have to try and match their buffs. If you can't beat them, join them in severe buffitude. Okay, I think we're going to need that one. Oh, Zaz, my man, Zaz, Zazzy Poos. You're being a dick. We've done this before, Zaz. Can you not do it well like you did the last time? Zazzy, come on, vanilla, raise, thank you. Right, Zaz, get on with it. Chop chop. Get the hastes on. Get the hastes on. And then we need to go back to trying to hit things in a way that helps me. Do 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 do. Ba 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 ba. Come along, please. Vigilance. Don't need vigilance. Do something better. Oh well, I suppose vigilance will do. Whoops, not the right button. Also, just managed to stop. I rushed a Mediguard in just to make sure I didn't get punched in the face in it. Make sure it didn't hurt. Right, cheers. Right, let's go Commando Ravager and try and take down another one of these boar bears. Just one of the little ones for now. Come on, come on, come on, come on. I really need you to beat them down. I suppose really I need to go after the big fella first, don't I? Because he keeps enhancing them, but I think... I don't know. We've staggered this guy, so we definitely want to defeat this one first, but him enhancing his little goblin minions is not helpful for the whole defeating the goblin minions idea. I think I now outbuff them, which I think is going to help greatly because it allows me to stagger a bit quicker, I think. Well, not strictly speaking true, but it feels like because you're doing more damage, I think it might reflect more in the stagger meter. I don't know. Either way, it felt like it was quicker. Possibly, I suppose, using its weakness is making the stagger meter go up more. I don't know. Oh, Zaz! Zaz, what is wrong with you? Why do you keep getting knocked out? Stop getting hit, Zaz. It's really not your job to get hit, Zaz. Might have to make you a sentinel just so you can last a bit longer and not get hit. Apparently, no, he just wants to be hitting. He just wants to be hit every day. Every day I'm getting hit by you. Every day I'm getting hit by you. 4 stars! I mean, considering how long it felt it took to do that, it's actually not bad. I'll take 4 stars considering how shocking it felt to do. But still, right. Yeah, as we already know, the nooks and the crannies don't count here. Right, so I think we know what E2 is, which I think is this one. I don't think we know what E3 is. Oh no, we know what E3 is. Or no, is that the one? Yeah, I think that's the one we couldn't do. So let's try going to E2 and see what that is. I can't remember now. I'm getting confused. I'm getting myself all confused. This confuzzlement is inconvenient. Let's run around the corner and do a thingy. Oh no. Oh, Betty, the cat's done a whoopsie in the thingy. No. Okay, it's definitely the Zenitra we've tried. Definitely tried the Zenitra. Let's mark E2 as Zenitra. With, unfortunately, I don't really have the room, but just underneath we'll pop the word. There we go. I can't prove this, but just underneath I've popped the word bastard. Just so I know. Just so I know next time. As I say, what I'll have to do is I might have to try and pinch some of your strats, maybe. Although obviously our characters are built differently, so your strats may not work in the same fashion as as they do for you, as they would for my characters. But the fundamental principles are still technically there. The sort of sentinels reducing all passive damage to everybody is still a decent enough theory that will be able to be, you know, translated over. But the nitty-gritty of each individual character's precise makeup is going to be somewhat different. But yeah, let's try E3, see if it's less of a bastard. How many points we got? Is it worthwhile pumping some points in? 55 grand. It's not a huge amount of points, but it might still be worthwhile. Because I mean, if it gets even one extra buff, it might just do a little bit more damage to things. Right, so you have done Commando? Yes, you've been a finished Commando. Oh, well done. You finished Sentinel, and you have not finished Saboteur. Okay. I suppose, yeah, Sentinel, then Commando, then Saboteur. That's the logic I'm working on. But yeah, that was a decent amount of magic, which is unfortunate, and a little bit of strength. Didn't really need a magic boost to her, but it's fine. Right, all in Ravager, all in Synergist. So yes, we were working on Commando. A little bit of extra health is never going to go amiss. Always like a little bit of extra health. Now you... extra magic would be the best thing to get for you, but can't guarantee I'm going to. Ravager, so double check. Saboteur, we've done. Medic, we've done. So yes, Ravager, which in fairness, if you are going to get a magic buff, most likely you're going to get it in Ravager, but nope, I did not. I got a... oh, I didn't even get that health one. No magic for you, Vanille. No magic for you. Boo hiss boo. Commando. Yeah, you'll finish with Ravager. And you are finished with Sentinel, so Commando for you. Sovereign Fist. What a name. Crush foes with a ruinous blow. Clearing chain gauges. Damage varies by situation. Now, it's probably quite bad that I don't know what a chain gauge is. Shit. I feel like I should probably know that. Oh dear. What can the matter be? I've just realised I'm a fucking idiot. I'm sure it's going to be something where I've probably seen it. I've just not necessarily acknowledged that it's called chain gauge. But still, it might just be something I'm too stupid to have even noticed in the first place. I believe, yeah, you were finished on that and that. Marvellous. The stagger meter, maybe. I don't. It sounded more like it was a positive for the enemies, but I might be wrong. Oh shit, we've gone past where I wanted to go. I like to always make sure I do the branches first. I don't know why. It's just a requirement. I'll tell you what, let's have a look. Battles. Chains and staggering. Okay, oh, you're right. It's chain gauge. Is the stagger meter. Or at least as far as I can tell from that little diagram. So each time you land a successful attack on an enemy, the enemy's chain gauge displayed in the upper right corner of the screen will charge slightly. This gauge drains slowly over time. Yeah, it's the chain gauge. Okay, so precisely what did that say? Because it sounded like the chain gauge was something more positive for the enemy, and using it all was going to be no, it was Sovereign Fist, wasn't it? Sovereign Fist. Here we go. Woohoo! And it is a choice, but yeah. Crush foes with ruinous blow, clearing chain gauges. Okay, so you're... I'm assuming that is going to be something big and potent, because you are obviously costing yourself the chain gauge. Also, in fairness, it's using all of your ATB gauge. It's quite substantial. So at some point, we're definitely going to have a look at Sovereign Fist. But unfortunately, I'm not currently using Snow, and I don't 100% plan on changing that right this very moment. But maybe the next round, we'll try and finish this fight with the current team that I've got, and next round I might try and pop in and find out. Ah, good. I'm glad. Well, at least now you know precisely where to go with that. with that one, you know it's the Chocobo Lake. It's just unfortunate that, I don't know, you've probably got some decent-ish teleport options, but then again, because I get the impression, I think I might remember vaguely where it is, which I think might be the middle of fucking nowhere, which means you're going to have to run across the entirety of the map to get from the middle of fucking nowhere to the appropriate area. Okay, this is going to be annoying because it's got the infernal barrier. Is this one I've technically fought before? No, okay. Let's get Libra going then. Alright, we've got Deprotect. Are you particularly immune to things? Yes, unfortunately, before we found that information. Oh, it's not so far, that's alright then. Oh, okie dokie. Let us not have that as a thing that happened. Okay, Vanilli's dead, so we're going to have to deal with that predicament. Okay, I think Multigast is the problem. Everybody's dead again. Okay, I think this is feeling another one that might be a little bit beyond me. Yeah, that's just... yeah. I mean, that's just wiping them out instantaneously. So, yeah. Okay, right. E3. Bastard! With an exclamation mark. Because this one seems a little bit more of a bastard than the other one. So he has been promoted to bastard with an exclamation mark. Good to know. We're chipping away. We're chipping away at things I can be bothered to do. It's always good. What the games do, they go, here you go. You can have a go at this. You can have a go at that. And we slowly but surely chip away until we realise there's nothing left I can do. Okay, moving on. Let's go back to the beginning and see what we can accomplish. We've still got E4 and E5 to perhaps have a go at, but... well, I haven't said that. One of those two I think we've done. E4, yes, E4 we've done. So E4, we can give it a little tick. So let's say this one, well, we can really look into, right? D1, not encountered. E1, not encountered. E2, we already know is the Xenatra bastard, number 1. E3 is bastard with an exclamation mark. So really we want to just probably investigate the C1, D1, E1. Well, we know what C1 is, it's the Tomberries, which could be a problem. And then try and get to E1. But yeah, I think the only, as far as I can tell, the only way to get to E1 is to go through C1. I can't bypass the Tomberries. I'm going to have to go through the Tomberries, which... might have to work out. I don't know. I'll transfer over to Snow, see if we can find out and see the Sovereign Fist at least. All the plan is really is to just find out what it looks like. But I'm thinking maybe just... yeah, I might just do a straight swap for those two. Leave it there. We'll do my usual stuff. Combat Clinic, we might drop down there. Solidarity will pop up there. Commando. Do we want to do Commando for you or Commando for Zaz? So let's look out at the stats. You might prove better at, I suppose status would be... no, it's easier to see it in the Crystarium, I think. No, it's not. Okay, wait. It might be if we do this. Come on. Let me get there. It's not the stat I was after. Okay, maybe I do have to do it awkwardly. I was hoping for a quick, easy way of seeing the stats all together, but apparently not going to happen. Right, anyway, 1114, 752. So, yeah. Snow, currently, is definitely going to be a superior commando, I think, compared to Zaz. So let's go Commando and Ravager for you. Commando Ravager Medic for you. Drop Combat Clinic down there. I think we do want a bit of Bully, because Bully tends to work well for me. And now, I don't know, let's try... Well, at the moment I don't have multi-sentinels, so I can't do that as a strategy, but I think it's probably going to be something with a sentinel. Riot Shield? Riot Shield could be okay. She doesn't actually have Commando, so I suppose... Well, she has dabbled in Synergy, but not enough at the moment. So, yeah, I suppose Riot Shield... Riot Shield, maybe? Yeah, we'll go with those for now, see what happens. Probably not a lot, in fairness, because obviously I'm not using the world's greatest tactics. I'm basically using the same tactics, and if those tactics don't work, I'm leaving it. Which is not particularly good. I suppose I should try and actually think about these things, but thinking is vastly overrated and something my brain has trouble with. It doesn't really do thinking well. It tends to struggle with the thinking process. Is this the right one? Yeah. Actually, surprisingly, looks slightly different. I suppose I've been locked in the bowels of this foresty, mountainous area, so seeing a little open area to the side of me was surprising. Right, let's get a bit of bully on here. I know I could probably technically start in bully if I wanted to, but I prefer starting in relentless assault because when you're going against lesser enemies, it's, you know, it's alright. Don't tend to worry about buffs and debuffs against the little ones. Hey, good. Yes, and I mean you do need, in fairness, you do need the chocobos eventually to get everywhere else. Certainly this area, if you want to try and tackle some of these things, you will need the chocobos in a quite literal sense, because it's, you know, you can't access the area without the chocobos. You need their jumping capabilities. Ba-da-da-da. Come on, if you wouldn't mind hurrying up with the stagger, I'd very much appreciate it. Thank you. Now let's... Oh, I'll tell you what, let's try. I don't know how it's going to affect the idea of the... Yes! Boom! And yes, it does completely reset the stagger meter. So probably something maybe... Does it? I don't think it's... I shouldn't have done it, but never mind. It was fun to watch. It means I'm going to lose some stars because it's going to take me ages to crack this bloody armor off again. But never mind. I'm gonna double check the way it's written because I'm wondering if there's a clever, semi-clever, maybe. Difficult to know if it's fully clever, but might be a decent, clever way of kind of working around its desire to remove the chain gauge. Let's have a look-ski. Yeah, there you go. We're back down to 0 stars. If I'd not bothered experimenting, I would have probably gotten the 3 stars again, perhaps, but matched what I'd accomplished previously. But anyway, right, let's read up this ability again. Commander. Sovereign Fist. Crush foes with a ruinous blow, clearing chain gauges. Damage varies by situation. Okay. That line has not helped me. Or rather, has not helped me decide whether it's worthwhile going for that or not. Because the question that's on my mind is, if you clear a large volume of the chain gauge, do you do more damage with the Sovereign Fist? Because if the answer to that is yes, then it's probably well worth clearing a decent amount of chain gauge. If the answer to that is no, then what you probably want to do is possibly stagger the creature, wait for the chain gauge on the stagger to get towards the end, not fully ended, but towards the end, and then you want to trigger that so that you get the advantage of it being staggered whilst not losing too much of the chain gauge. However, I've got a sneaking suspicion the way it says damage varies by situation, I'm feeling that what that means in real terms is that that is going to be the more chain gauge you burn with the Sovereign Fist, the more damage it's going to do. But by situation, it might mean if the enemy's launched, if the enemy's doing this, if it's staggered versus not staggered and you're using the chain gauge. I can't use it now, but that's the one disadvantage. Maybe there's more information somewhere inside the game, but some of their sort of descriptions leave a little to be desired, I find. It is a little bit sort of like, well, could we have a little more information? Oh dear, Storm. The Storm is quite potent. Oh, Vanille. Milli Vanilli. Can we do this without a medic? No. I could use the bloody thing. I'll use the... Where is it? Bloody Renew. Should heal me up and bring Vanille back into the fight. Bloody woman. I need you to live now. Live a little more, please. I think Relentless Assault and just keep pounding it. Keep pounding it. Pounding it to the store. Oh, I thought for a second there that was we'd killed one. Completely missed that. Are you using lightning damage? What Bellend... I'm sorry, what Bellend used lightning damage, please? Or is it using lightning damage on itself? If it's using lightning damage on itself, fair dues. If I've used lightning damage on it, I'm going to be fucking annoyed. I sincerely hope none of you are doing stupid things. Okay, Storm Conduction is healing itself. Absolutely fine. Absolutely fine. I mean, it's irritating, but tolerable. Tolerable levels of irritating, because it's doing it itself, and therefore it's meant to be doing it. Oh, you got down! Sovereign Fist! Yeah, I don't think it did as much. So I do think the more chain gauge you can put into the Sovereign Fist, I feel like that's what's creating the most damage. Oh, I got confused. I thought I was playing a different game for a moment, so I pushed the button thinking I can defend myself. But there is no... The only way to defend in this game is Sentinel. You can't hold the L1 button and go, "Huh! I'm defending." So, or at least lower the damage, but no, it doesn't exist. Go, Relentless Assault! Probably should put a bit of bully on. I was overconfident, that's the problem, from the beginning. Should have put a bit of bully on it from the beginning, but I felt like these were going to be a piece of piss. And then they fucking weren't. So, there you go. Back to Relentless Assault. We should be able to deal with it because it's lowered its bit of D-Protect. That's it. And now, do you know what? Fuck it. You're going down. Sovereign Fist. Bam. It's just so lame, isn't it? You can do so much more with just standard attacks. It feels like. Because I mean, with 5 standard attacks, it looks like I'm doing like 3,000 a pop. Which means at 5, we'll call it 3,000 a pop to make the mathematics easy. At 5, we're doing like 15 grand. Whereas Sovereign Fist seems to be a detriment to the chain gauge, whilst also only doing about, what, 6 grand? 6 grand's worth of damage. Oh, Vanilla! I know I just got her name wrong. I got confused, but I was angry at her. Oh, Billy bullshit, cock-sucking... quintessential cunt. Why did... Can we have a quick aside? What? Why'd you throw the word quintessential in there? I don't know. I was irritable. I was trying to avoid the word cunt, and then I said the word cunt anyway. Bastards. Absolute bastards. I suppose at this point, I have to embrace the idea that they are no joke. They are not some pathetic creature to be laughed upon. They are to be taken seriously, and they need action. Will you stop hitting Vanille? That's one request, game. Stop hitting the one target I need you to stop hitting. Is that really such a hardship? Oh, I think... Okay, right, fine. We'll have to do Combat Clinic for a moment. Get the health bars up. There we go. Challenged. I thought you... Oh, fine, challenged. There we go. Challenge Annika. Here we go. Or Challenger Man. Come on. Alright, get the buffs. Now get the synergist buffs going as well. Full health. Now a bit of Medigard. A little bit of Medigard in my life. A little bit of Medigard all the time. A little bit of Medigard's gonna work. A little bit of Medigard's all night. Twerk. If I do a little bit of Medigard, I might twerk. But no, he's holding fast. There's no twerking that ass. Nobody asked you to twerk that ass. Right, a little bit of bully. Come out, Sentinel, do some punching. Come on, mate. That's it. Get your punch on. Yeah, get your punch. Get your punch on. Get your punch card out. And now we need a bit of diversity to hopefully get some damage and some heals in. Right, we've got low. We've got D shell on it, so means Snow is going to be biasing magic, which is tolerable but not great news. Bit of Relentless Assault, try and work on that chain game. Oh, that Storm Conduction is quite nasty. I kind of dismiss it slightly because every now and again it doesn't hit me because I dodge away. Mostly accidentally. I mean, there's no actual physical I want to dodge button in this game, so it's completely accidental, but the fact that I've discovered it heals the bastards as well is troublesome, to say the least. I don't really have a solution to that problem. I could do with a solution to that problem, but I don't have one. I don't know a way. I suppose Imperil, but I'm not in charge of what bloody Vanille does. Because if you could imperil him, I think what would happen, as far as I can tell in my brain, they'd end up with a weakness to lightning, which would mean they'd basically end up doing the traditional stop hitting yourself, stop hitting yourself. Or in this situation, it's very much a please do continue hitting yourself. It's what I require. But unfortunately, as I say, there's no... When it comes to what she decides to do as a saboteur at this exact moment in time, I don't have any actual control over her. So she's just gonna... Yeah, she's biasing D Shell, which... This is where it might have been nice. And the one thing I think... Well, there's plenty of things this game is lacking, but what would have been rather nice in a battle system designed around the idea of your allies working independently, I think what they could have done with was something like the Gambit system or any other system you can think of that allows you to control what the AI thinks like. So if you could do a sort of if enemy this, as I say, much like the Gambit system, because the Gambit system was very good, very closely related to programming, I think, essentially, wasn't it? If X, do Y, and that worked nicely, and it would have. I think it would have gone well in this game, because I could have said if enemy is sort of absorbing lightning, please do this next idea. Right, so I think I wanted to go to C1, which should be one of these now. Okay, that's C2, so we don't... No, we don't want to do C2. What we want to do is C1, and, well, I mean... I mean, we don't really want to do C1 either, perfectly honest, but... Oh, it's the Verdal... What? What? Okay. I've got to rearrange my notes. C1, we have beaten those Verdalays. Yes, because they're the Bastard Verdalays. So I'll make a note of that. Bastard... No, I'm not going to write Bastard Verdalays. But, yeah, so the Tomberries must be D1, not C1. Well, that's fine. We still have to do C1 in order to get access to D1. As I say, for some annoying reason, everything else you've got like nice ties all along, whereas the D1 and E1 very much no, you are locked down a singular path. Well, there is no point in doing anything there, and I don't think I've got enough tools to really start shoving things in upgradables. What equipment do you have, Snow? Yeah, the N-type ring. I'm still not 100% sold on having the tragic tiara, but I'm assuming if I upgrade the tiara, that's going to make... I can only assume it'll make Protect, Shell, Veil and Vigilance last longer? Because they don't last a huge amount of time. So I can only assume that's what they would do in terms of upgrading that. But anyway, let's tackle a Verdelay, which, pain in the arse. Although they are, yeah, they're... Alright, I say we've got to, yeah, I think we still have to focus on the Verdelays first, because they're the ones that summon shit. Can't remember precisely what an Adroa does, but whatever it is, it's bad news bears. Come on. Oh, no, that summon is going through, which is unfortunate, because as, yeah, it's the same. These Verdelay are predictable now because they summon exactly the monster they summon every single time. I think traditionally, if you fight a Verdelay in the wild, there's a certain element of randomness to them, but here, very much not the case. They are distinctly programmed to summon a very specific target. And as much as I would like to block it, it basically starts at the beginning of the match. And, you know, I haven't quite got the tools to be able to insta-kill basically anything at this point. Oh, but of course they have the tools to insta-kill me. For fuck's sake, for now! I need you to live just a few moments longer than you currently seem to be able to. Ugh. Definitely going to have to figure out a new plan, I think, at some point. But for now, the standard plan is working just barely. Don't lie. Right, there we go. Now, with a bit of luck, we can lock him in a steam clean loop, which will hopefully allow Vanille to actually live longer than 2 seconds. God damn it. God damn it all. Moan, I need more from you Ravagers. Ow. Alright, maybe not. Let's get down to diversity. He's clearly... Oh, there we go. He's finally decided to go steam cleaning. What we need to do is try and do as much damage while he's distracted with the steam clean, and then back to bully. Back to a little bit of bully in my life. There we go. Once he's started dispensing of them, that's when you want to head to bully and start dispensing more status ailments upon him. Whilst also, the benefit of bully, of course, is you're almost always getting a few extra buffs as well. I must admit, Imperil, very useful at that exact point in time. What we ideally need. Wouldn't mind, that's the ticket. There you go, that's what we want. Bam, that's the ticket. Get in there, go on. Come on, now we should be able to do a nice amount. Yeah, I suppose... actually, I suppose I'm still correct, because I think... I'm going to have to look up precisely which one is the chain meter. Because if it's the percentage, we're obviously going... Oh, we've killed it. Okay, never mind. If it's the percentage, that means that going up there is going to be... I'm correct in some ways regarding when I want to actually do Sovereign Fist. But he died before I was able to do it. Right, data log, battle, chains and staggering. So that is chain bonus. Which, yeah, chain bonus is the percentage. Chain gauge is that. Oh. Yeah, okay, let's now look at the wording of Sovereign Fist. Clearing chain gauges. So it has nothing to do with the chain bonus. Okay. So no, maybe I'm wrong in terms of what I think is going to be useful. Right. That was the Verdelay, so that's fine. So yeah, it's either D1 or D2, and we've done D2, so we just want to pop over to D1, which will be the Domries. There we go. D1, the Gaian Grudge. And you lie.
How dare you? I'd like to just... I've exited the mission just so we can clarify. Divine bounty fills the earth with life, giving birth to all creation. Not got a problem in that sentence. A. Tonberry. A. Tonberry. You liars! It's fucking 3 of the bastards. I don't know, I've got a session with the word bastard today. Everything's a bastard. You're a bastard. You're a bastard. Everyone's a bastard. Old McBastard had a bastard. E-I-E-I-O. And on that bastard he had a bastard. E-I-E-I-O. With a bastard here and a bastard there. Here a bastard, there a bastard, everywhere a bastard. Old MacDonald had a bastard. E-I-E-I-O. Yeah, and for some reason there is an Ochu here. Which, I suppose, a bit of extra points maybe? It's not got... oh, it does have friends with it. Okay. Oh, there is a... oh, you little fucker. Okay, no, maybe not quite. Hey, that should be... unless, of course, Ochus are invulnerable to a back attack, maybe. Okay, well, theoretically, we should be able to beat this thing. Of course, it might not be exactly the same Ochu, so difficult to know for absolute certain. Okay, so he's pleading for pollen. Okay, that's interesting. I think the pollen is what just slowed me down, which is annoying, but it's fine. Let's get in there with some attacks. Had intended to finish off the other fella, but that's fine. Alright, so he's going to plead again, which is a nuisance, so we might as well just... I mean, it's going to happen, so... oh, no! Oh, Big Daddy! Little un, please! Please, Daddy! Daddy, Daddy, please! But Daddy was having none of it. Daddy said no. He just went, no. No, child. You're not having things like that. We are not in the business of having nice things. Do you know what? A multi clear of status elements would be very useful at this point in time. I suppose techniques. I don't think he's got it, but she might have a technique that deals in that. But yeah. By this point, you should know my policy on techniques. It's renew or summon, and that's the only techniques you use, whether it's a good idea or not. And it's not a great idea, I don't think. Whoa, good God, okay, the Screech. Screech is not a good sign, because it did a substantial amount of damage. I really do feel like this Ochu might actually be slightly tougher than the other Ochu, because it doesn't feel like it's going down as easily, but I might be mistaken. Come on, Vanille, please. Oh, could you... The issue we've got currently, Vanille, is the poison. Yeah? If you can deal with the poison first, that would help me out. But apparently, I'm beginning to get the suspicion that I am going to have to be Vanille, because she just keeps doing everything wrong, and that's not useful. I think at this point we might need to focus on the... I think this is definitely tougher than the last one. This is... another one that's not going down easily. Doesn't seem to want to die, does it? Cock. And now I've got tiny little seed battering the sides, which is not helpful. Come on, Vanille, please! Get up and heal! Quickly! Quickly! All of the heals, all of the time, please! I'm begging you. Get rid of the poison! Oh god, Screech, of course. Yeah. Well, she's not getting rid of the poison then. Also, my buffs keep disappearing. Which I'm assuming is one of their abilities, but... ugh. Ugh, stop putting off a fight. Christ. It's one of those ones where I've beaten you once. Go down nicely. Accept your demise. Ugh, the diversity again, otherwise I bet Vanille's going to die. Tedious annoyance, Vanille. Good. She's clearly decided I'm not going to die, because she's given all of the heals to herself, allowing Zaz to die instead. Well done, Vanille. Well done. Do 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 do. Come along, yeah. Let's come along. There we go. Come on, that's the ticket, yes. Right, now we've just got some micro chews. We shouldn't have much in the way of problems. Chew, chew. It's a micro chew. It was a tiny chew. Tiny chew. Chew. Right, probably afford a little bit of relentless assault to take out the final chews. Chew, chew, motherfucker, chew, chew. That's right. I'm gonna run over you with my Sovereign Fist! He's a bit too splits happy in that Sovereign Fist, isn't he? It's a shame. It doesn't feel like it's doing that much damage, mixed with it looks kinda silly. makes it a little bit worthless to have put together, really, isn't it? I was going to try one more at least. But I like the idea of having this awesome Sovereign Fist move, but it just, as I say, functionally it doesn't seem that wondrous. Mixed with the fact that it don't seem that spectacular. A warding talisman. I don't think they were particularly good, were they? Well, there's nothing I've particularly used. Let's have a look. What was a warding talisman? Yeah, curse. Which arguably, yeah, I'm having to deal with a lot more status ailments at the moment, because they do like us. They do like a good status ailment up them, which is inconvenient for me, because I don't deal with status ailments all that much. I tend to brute force status ailments, and that's often not a solution. Merely a problem. Oh yeah, of course I forgot, that's not even the enemies I'm supposed to be facing. That's good. Right, at least we've got the back attack. Now, so, yeah, I think we need to... I don't know what we need to do, to be perfectly honest. Right, okay, that Blitz has done well there. I'll try and just get the attack, Oh, Snow! Why'd you miss, you absolute cock? Right, let's just try and plough through one of them now. Hope for the best. Let's try and get Bully going, maybe. I really need one of them to die from the stagger meter now, which is going to be a problem. Diversity. I'm not sure how much damage we're taking. Not a lot, but I do need to get this guy dead. But even getting one dead didn't work last time, so could be a problem. Multi-magic in mid-air is a bit silly, but you know, it's fine. Tumbury bit, no, right, Tumbury C is a good enough target. Drop down to Bully, get some debuffs on them. So they seem reasonably susceptible to debuffs, which hopefully might allow me, because I think, I don't know. I suppose arguably if I could out-defend everything they have to offer, it's distinctly possible that I could win, but, oh, Zaz. Don't be a twit. I'm reviving myself because I think it's going to be a requirement. Back to Relentless Assault. But I don't... I feel like it's kind of almost time-based. Where their grudges are getting more and more potent. That's where we're getting more and more problems. So if I can try and defeat them very swiftly... I don't know. Or it's killing them is improving the grudge, and that's going to be a problem because, of course, I have to kill at least 2 of them. Imminent grudge, deep-seated grudge. There we go. Oh, diversity, we're already in diversity. I'm sorry, why? Did you just heal yourself? Oh, okay, it just healed itself. Oh, okay, okay, right, no, okay. Good, 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 good. Absolute horseshit. Marvellous. Marvellous. This is what we did not need, game. We did not need or require absolute horseshit. Let's try and get a little bit just back to a steady point of medic. And possibly get rid of those debuffs. Right, let's try and get some of my own buffs back on. And chip through another health bar from a Tumbury. Good. It's what you like to see, isn't it? He loves... Oh, Right, I haven't got the resources for this shit anymore, have I? Oh, has it really got... It's... Yeah, okay. Okay, it's healed itself again. Okay. Okay, good. Good, good. Don't know how you deflect any self-healing. So, I think really we're just... Yeah. I think we've found my limit. And my limit is these fights. Good. Good game. Good. The old tricks will not work because they are dickheads. Ah, you don't seem to be building enough buffs here. Don't seem to be able to heal quickly enough. And they don't seem to be dying anymore. So... It's good! Nice. Ah, there we go. You've got your Unedited. A bit more upgrading I do now. 200 plus strength and magic. Very good. Very good indeed. Well, I am stuck on Tomberries because they will not die. They won't die. Fucking Tomberries. Imminent Grudge. Is that the one that's going to heal him and kill me? No, apparently not quite so much, but... Brooding Grudge, that might be the one. Well, they've lost all sort of terrifyingness. Oh, there we go. Fuck off. How do you fucking defend against a move that wipes out your entire health bar? The answer is you fucking don't. Absolute 100% cocksucking shit. I've got nothing on this shit. There's no amount of buffs in the world that's going to get me through this, I don't think. But there you go. Her Synergist is not going to be good enough. I don't have other plans. I only have the one plan, and when they've countered the... Oh, there, okay, that's definitely not going to happen. Right, let's just not bother. Could we skip the formalities and just go back to the beginning? Because there's no possible way of doing it if you can't get the first one on the stagger. So I think you have to have that back attack, otherwise you stand absolutely no chance. I don't think there's a way of me killing it without killing it. Or without damaging it, rather. Come on, turn around, you little prick. Oh, I suppose he's going to fucking see me if I try it now. Can I? No. Of course not. I would then make it simplistic. Isn't it? Oh, fucking cunts caught me. We're now in the angry portion of Final Fantasy, where I try and do something I'm not built to try and do. And it starts pissing me off. Greatly. Right, there we go. I deliberately sort of agitated them so that hopefully I can get the back attack when they turn around and walk away. When they turn around and walk away. Turn around. Turn around. No. I knew he was going to fucking turn. Dickhead. Got it. Right, this gives me at least an advantage against one of them. Which is not enough. Oh, I mean, Stealth Spray is not going to help. Because I have to beat them. If it was just dodging them, yeah, I could Stealth Spray all day long. But I need to defeat them. That's the issue we've got at the moment. But the problem is, I think, however the grudges are working, the longer and more I'm hitting them, the bigger the grudge gets. And that's going to demolish me no matter what happens. So, I don't know. I mean, Buff Spray maybe, but the problem is the beginning of the fight I can do because you can just overwhelm one Tomberry. But then you find yourself, because you have to defeat one Tomberry, you can't keep the stagger gauge on the other Tomberries. Which means you end up having to then deal with everything else. And the problem is they seem to just keep getting stronger and stronger, and I don't have a solution. Because the problem is the stronger they get, the more problems I end up with. And the fact that they can just insta-heal their entire health bar when they get low is an issue that I don't have a solution to. I tell you what, I'll just have the whole health bar back, shall I? Because that's just dickhead behaviour. I mean, that's one of the lowest tricks these games pull, is the, I'll just have the entire health bar back, shall I? Yeah, go on. The problem is, I'd say what might help is 3 Ravagers in order to just overwhelm the stagger meter. But the problem is they're doing so much damage to me that I need a healer. Otherwise I can't survive. And again, maybe Sentinel and 2 Ravagers, but you still have the problem of they are doing so much more damage to me that eventually I have to try and heal myself. But, I don't know. I'm just going to have to try. Unfortunately, I'm going to have to try that. Oh, there you go. Oh, why? Why do you have to do that? You don't. This is the problem. Why does the Grudge have to heal itself? Can't it just damage me so that I can at least chip away at the health bars? When it just goes, and now I've got my health bar back. How do I... How? This is... As I say, I think it's safe to say I have reached my limit with the missions I can do. Because this Tombury fight is clearly beyond my capacity. My limited brain capacity cannot fathom how the fuck you get round this problem. Because I can't do enough damage to overwhelm their health bars. I can't do enough ravaging to overwhelm the stagger bar. I can't do anything without them being better and just insta-healing. And the problem with their insta-heal is what their insta-heal does is murder me as well. So, yeah. I can only assume one of your slow and steady super defense things might work, but unfortunately nothing I've got is built for slow and steady super defense, which means I would struggle to get that to function. And this is just such, like, summons in this game feel so lame because they just don't feel like they do any damage. I mean, like, it feels like I've been pounding away at this fucking creature for a long fucking time, and its health bar is not reflecting the fact that I've been beating it this badly. So, I don't have a solution, and it's annoying me. And I think I've managed to lose the stagger meter again. How the fuck have I lost the stagger meter again? Is that some kind of... is that another one of their abilities or something? Because I had that up at like 200 odd, and now it's gone again. And it's not like I've not been using a fucking commando. So where the fuck does the fucking stagger meter go? Imminent Grudge. That's not the terrible one. I think it's the... I can't remember if it's the Brooding Grudge or the other one, but... I mean, if it was just a case of they're doing mass damage, I could probably... Oh, there we go. Yeah. If they were just doing mass damage, I could possibly find a way around it. But mass damage and a full heal on themselves... There's nothing. There's nothing you can do there. So, yeah, I've reached my limit on these missions, I think. Every single other boss is just beyond my capabilities. So, I think, unfortunately, it's going to be another miserable ending on... in fact, wow. Talk about deja vu. It is exactly the same ending as last week. the shit kicked out of me by Tomberries, and there we go, that's it. Fuck's sake. Well, can't deny it. That was pretty much a week wasted, wasn't it, really? Should have probably just carried on with the storyline, but never mind. I'll have to have a look and see if there's any other missions lurking around that I can do, allowing me to buff some stats in the Crystarium, and then, I don't know, maybe I'll have another go, but as I say, there's not. Unless you can stop them healing, which I'm unaware of anything I have in my arsenal that can stop healing, you just... there's nothing you can do against them. Unless, again, maybe... do I have the scan on a Tomberry? I think I probably do from last time. XIII? I wouldn't have thought so. Others, I would suspect. No, maybe not then. Feral creatures, perhaps? Tomberries, there they are. Okay, so... as far as I can tell, they're not immune to death. Can't help but think that's not a solution, but I suppose... who is it that has death? Do you have death, Fang? No. Does Vanille, who was probably before Fang, Saboteur, death. But then again, dealing magic damage instead if unsuccessful. Well, that's not going to help me, because I think it's dealing damage to them that is causing the problem. But let's try, I don't know, let's try something. I will be Vanille. And then... maybe I'll use the boy to try and be a medic. So what we'll do is we'll start as some sentinels and a saboteur. And we'll just have that commando, a medic from you, maybe something like that. Oh, with one of the ones I wanted, we'll drop those down. So what we wanted was saboteur, medic, and sentinel. And then I don't really know what, because essentially essentially the strategy is death. That's it. That's exclusive. Oh, I suppose I've got to go through all the other bloody. Well, that. Yeah, got to do all the other fights first. Oh fuck it! I cannot be bothered. I'm leaving it for this week because it's the right time, and I can't just skip straight to the Tomberries. Is the problem? See, this, I suppose I should have done this all before I got petulant child mode and quit out of the bloody map. But there you go. Always have to do petulant child mode first. So, so far one. What I'm going to have to remember is the fact that I am not set up for doing proper fights at the moment. So hopefully seeing Vanille as the primary party member will remind me that I'm clearly not set up for actual fighting. But yeah, I suppose we'll try death strategy, but I may still just pop out and do something else first at the very least. Try and actually accomplish something rather than just sort of smashing my head against the brick wall that is Tomberries. But anyway, so on that significantly downer note, we'll pop the old interim slideshow on, because why not? It's a nice thing to look at, and then see if it's worth doing a raid. It depends on how many people are here. 2, I suppose. Let's at least see what's online. If there is anything online, there we go. I don't think it's worth it. That will just leave it. Anyway, I definitely won't, but it's good that you believe. It's good that you believe. Positive thinking works for some people. Negative thinking tends to work for me. You believe firmly you can't do it, and then the universe goes, no, you're wrong. Oh shit, no, if I make him wrong, because I have to, that means he's actually going to succeed. But I can't allow that. But he said he has to fail. So to prove him wrong, I have to make him succeed. And the universe gets confused. And therefore, chaos erupts. But anyway, we shall try again next week. Then I believe tonight, I'm not 100% certain, but I think he's doing it tonight instead of tomorrow. But there's the details for Mr. Can't Sleep Must Paint. And if you want more games, and in fairness, track record dictates that it's going to turn out to be roughly the same as this. The game he's playing is Deadly Rooms of Death, a quite hardcore puzzle game that is kicking the shit out of him at the moment. So you may find it's almost exactly the same lead up. It's, oh look, I've done this bit. Oh, oh no, the game is annoying me now. The game is annoying me. I'm playing something else, which I think is what happened last week. But nonetheless, they are the details of Mr. Malice Caliber, who also plays games, and he will be online from about 9 o'clock tonight, I believe. And then I will be back, possibly with something else in between times, I don't know. But we'll certainly be back Wednesday for the Hodgepodge, I suspect, unless, again, I will throw it out to anybody interested. There is a special, and I think it's accessible by everybody, as far as I know. Yeah, as far as I'm looking, citizens, me, everybody else. There is a Friends Day channel inside of the Discord. If you wanted to play some kind of multiplayer game on Wednesday afternoon, do feel free to throw it in there as a suggestion, and we can possibly sort something out for Friends Day. Otherwise, it will probably be another hodgepodge of hilarity. And then Thursday, we'll be back to Dragon Quest Builders 2, followed by a little bit of Evoland, which has actually entertained and excited me a little bit more than I was expecting it to. So that was rather pleasant of Evoland. Anyway, that is it. So, usual scenario. I say cheerio. I turn the microphone off. Possibly takes me 2 attempts, maybe 3 attempts to turn the microphone off, and then I turn off the stream. So here goes. Don't say I didn't warn you, because it's happening. It's happening, baby. It's happening. Cheerio.